for a change?
I am talking to you.
Then get ready to explore the quantum possibilities. It's time to transform that outdated paradigm into something universal and new. Time to uncover the truth hidden beneath the veil of lies. A time to think outside the box as we link to a higher consciousness. Welcome to the awakening. And now the hosts of Broadcast Team Alpha, Nori Love and Augie Nost.
Wow, hello everybody. How are you guys? It's so good to be here with you again. And back by popular demand, we have one of our most beloved, wise and venerable guests. But I'm going to let Augie talk about him. But, tonight, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world, and people tend to look to history or look to ancient texts for some help in deciphering things and figuring things out. And that's part of the reason we have Jordan with us tonight, because he's just so rich in information and knowledge. And we're going to talk about the ancient text, and we're going to talk about Revelation tonight and where we might be if this end time book from John pertains to us. So put your seatbelts on and please be sure to ask questions of the amazing Jordan Maxwell. Augie, how are you?
Hello, this is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi there.
Yeah, Augie, you're muted. Augie's going to give you a proper introduction.
I'm so sorry. Yep, I got myself tongue-tied. And okay, here we are with Jordan Maxwell again. And we have had him back several times on the Broadcast Team Alpha show, and it is such a delight to have him every time. And I think this introduction is going to be very short, because everybody alive that is not living under an 800-pound rock, they know his name. He has been... Hope so. Yeah. Yeah, so I tell you though, what we're going to talk about today, I think is going to make us think a little bit, because if we look at history, ancient history included, we find out that a lot of things were done back then that didn't go so well. And gosh, we're doing some of the same things today. How do we expect it to go? We need some new thinking here. And Jordan, I would love to hear what you have to say. And Nori mentioned the Revelation, and gosh, that's probably a good place to start.
Welcome, let me make you aware of the fact that the book of Revelation was originally in the Bible a long time ago. Then it was taken out about a half a dozen times. It was taken out and put back, and taken out and put back, and taken out and put back. So it's been taken out many, many times because the Bible publishing company said it was not really part of the original canon. And therefore they didn't think it was right to put it in, so they didn't put the book of Revelation in the Bible. But then later on, the Moore came back and said, well, yeah, but it's always been part of the Bible, so we should keep it in. So then they put it back in, and then later on they took it out again. They took it out about half a dozen times because it's not part of the original Bible.
Mm-hmm. Was it changed every time it was taken out and put back in, or?
I don't think a whole lot of change, no.
Oh, okay.
But it basically is astrology. The whole book of Revelation is based on astrology, period. End of sentence. You have to keep that in mind when reading the book of Revelation. It's an astrological book. And it's talking about things that are coming and the signs in the sky. What are you talking about when you say the signs in the sky? It's the zodiac signs in the sky. The zodiac.
Right.
That's where we get the word God's kingdom. Because when you think about kingdom, we humans put all other life forms in particular areas. We say fish are in schools, and cows are in herds, and birds are in flocks. So we got words that we use among humans for other life forms on the earth. What is it that we call a kingdom if it's not a kingdom of animals, an animal kingdom? And where do you find animals? They're in a zoo. This is the word zoo, Z-O-O. It goes back to the ancient Greeks, that word zoo. The word zoo refers to animals. That's why it's called a zoo, because it has animals in it. And that's what the ancient Greeks, and I'm talking about very, very ancient Greeks, way before the Grecian Empire, before Alexander the Great. The ancient Greeks call animals zoo. And that's why today we have a zodiac. The zodiac is taken from the word zoo, zodiac. It's the animals of the circle of animals. We call it a zodiac. And when we say animals are in a kingdom, and kingdom is in the heavens. So we say it's an animal kingdom in the heavens, or the zoo, or the zodiac. And so that's where we are now. We are living in an astrological time. We don't understand that because we don't know anything about it. We've been made sure that we don't know anything about it. But that's why the Bible is filled with the number 12. Jesus had 12 apostles. There are 12 tribes of Israel. There are 12 stations of the cross in the church. There are lots and lots of 12s in the Bible. The 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 great prophets of Israel. All of the 12s in the Bible are based on the 12 signs of the zodiac, on the 12 months of the year. And so the animals are a zoo, so we call it a zodiac. And the zodiac has animals in it. And that's why we call them the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. So now you know what the kingdom of heaven is. The kingdom of heaven is God's animals in the kingdom. And the kingdom is the zodiac. So we need to understand where we are in the space of time. And that's why we're experiencing the things we are today, because of the zodiac.
Well, we're in an extremely unusual planetary alignment right now, right? I mean, like 6 planets are retrograde, or?
Yeah, we're in a very, very, very critical time, and it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse until we get to October. October, I think, is when the whole entire world is going to feel the brunt of a communist revolution, according to astrology, according to the astrological signs. We are going to continue to get worse and worse and worse until October. October seems to be the month that is going to really, really affect the whole world of mankind. All people on the earth are going to feel what's going to happen in October.
Yeah, we see the effects of that pretty much just about everywhere right now.
That's right. You're seeing the effects of it right now. You're seeing it coming. You can tell we're getting ready for some terrible catastrophe to happen. But because nobody's working, so that means no money is coming in. We're all living from one mouth to the next, from one day to the next, and we have to get financed by our government. And the government is just giving us money to stay alive, but nobody's asking the question, where is the money coming from? Well, you better start asking yourself, where is the money coming from that they're giving away like Obama. Obama gave away trillions, not billions, but trillions and trillions of dollars to the international bankers who backed him up and put him into office so he could give them trillions of dollars. That's why they put him in the office. Obama was nothing more than a sellout. He sold his country out, and he gave bankers trillions and trillions of dollars, not billions, but trillions of dollars.
But I'm seeing also that an awful lot of people is waking up to the point that something is wrong, and they start looking and they find out what is wrong, and they find out about the bankers and the corrupt government officials and the swamp. So I think there is a sentiment that is changing here. So maybe we could avert some of these things that maybe could be lurking on the horizon.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think so. I understand what you're saying and why you're saying it, but I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is because we've never done anything. Albert Einstein said in one of his books, the world is a very dangerous place, not because the bad people do bad things, because the good people don't do nothing. Period. And that's why the world is in a bad shape, because we have done nothing. We go along to get along. Whatever they tell us to do, we do. We're ignorant, ill-informed, unread, dim-witted people. The Americans are the most dim-witted people we have on the earth today. It's incredible what was going on. So anyway, that's where we are today. We are useful idiots. By that I mean what V.I. Lenin, when he founded the Communist Party in Russia, he called the Russian people, and he called the people of the world useful idiots, meaning the Communist Party can use them. They're far, far smarter and wiser than we are. So they can use us. And we will go along to get along because we're just animals. That's all we are, just animals. And the animals will go along to get along and do whatever they're told to do. So when the communists are telling us what they want us to do, we just do it. They say, put your mask on and stay away from each other and don't get around each other. We don't do that. We stay away from each other. We put masks on. They tell us to stay home and stay broke. And we hope that your whole country will fall apart. So stay home and don't go to work and don't earn money and don't pay your bills. And hopefully one day your country will collapse. And for hopefully when it collapses, then you'll be ours and you'll be our slaves. And that's what we're doing. We're useful idiots. We go along with the government. Whatever they tell us. The man that tells us that we are in a covert virus, that COVID-19 virus, is a Jesuit. He belongs to the Jesuit order of priests in the Catholic Church. Most people don't know that, but he's called, the people who know him well, the doctors who have worked with him and people who know him well, I've talked to them, and they call him the Mengele, Dr. Mengele.
Really? Who is that? Is that Fauci?
I've heard that from many different doctors. They call him Dr. Mengele.
Right. Who? Which doctor? Oh, so does he have another name that we would know him by, or?
Yeah. The doctor that said that we are all going to die from some horrible, terrible disease.
Oh.
What's his name?
That was Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. And he said we're all going to die. He wants us dead. Dr. Mengele wants us dead. He wants to see the whole of the United States of America destroyed. So everybody stay home. Don't go to work. Don't earn a living. Stay home. Put a mask on and hope and pray that you die soon. We hope and pray you die quickly. And so that's what Dr. Mengele wants. And he's telling us to stay home, put the mask on, and play dumb and play stupid. And that's what we do. We play dumb and stupid. We love doing that. We love playing stupid. Incredible, incredible the stuff that's going on the earth today. And we
But,
are ignorant and ill-informed about it. We don't know anything about it.
but still, people are waking up. In fact, the CDC just came out 2 days ago, I think, and sent a report out and see that most of the infections of the COVID-19 happened at home. So there was a bad idea to make people stay at home. They came out and said that now.
Well, he wants us dead. Yeah. He wants all of America dead. He's a Jesuit. He belongs to the Jesuit order. And if you know anything about the Jesuits, they were the powers behind Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
They were the powers behind the Communist Party of Russia. The Soviet Communist Party was officially run by Jesuits.
Right.
You need to understand and wake up and find out who your enemy really is. The Jesuits. And of course, the Pope today is a Jesuit. Most people know that. All that means is that the Jesuits have taken over the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church is now in the hands of Jesuits. The same people who gave you the Communist Party are now the head of the Vatican, the Jesuits.
Yep.
And he
but
is
what about some of the ancient texts that is pointing to what is happening today?
Yes, I know.
Let's touch on that.
Well, can we just have a question from the chat room first?
Yeah.
Okay, so Condor 3 Jordan asks, Jordan, what's your view on Trump? Oh boy, I'm not sure if we need to do, okay. On Trump, and isn't it possible that they kept taking Book of Revelation out and put it back, is also having, with their time traveling into the future, finding an ideal timeline, and they're playing it out now, literally, and that correlates with the current revelations?
That's always possible. I don't know, really. I don't know. Okay. But it is possible because they have continually taken the Book of Revelation out of the Bible and put it back in. Took it out and put it back in. There's been a discussion about the Bible, about the Book of Revelation, whether it should be a part of the Bible or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I think it probably should be, because the whole Bible is from Genesis to Revelation. The entire Bible, I believe, is an astrological book. It's all ALL, all astrology. Mm-hmm. And I do not believe, let me further state that publicly, that I do not believe that the Old Testament came before the New Testament. That I do not believe at all. I think the original was Christianity. Then came the Old Testament later. It was probably written by Knights Templars in the 8th, 9th, and 10th century A.D. The Old Testament is not that old. It's younger than Christianity is. I think that the Old Testament, why do we have two testaments, an Old and New Testament? The very word testament comes from testes, or testicle. That's where the word comes from. So we have two testicles, and testicle is life-giving. So therefore we have two testaments, the Old and the New Testament. It goes on and on. This stuff is old and been around for thousands of years and been hoodwinking and lying to people and deceiving people from all over the world. And today, the whole world is ignorant, ill-informed, and unread, and have no idea in the world what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's really quite a story. Yeah. If you go back to the story of Moses, when he went up into the mountain to talk to God, he went up to talk to God. He's confronted by a burning bush. Mm. Do you remember that story in the Bible?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the burning bush is the female, the feminine, the Shekinah. Mm-hmm. And in all the Jewish reference works, you see Moses going up and confronting a burning bush, and in the burning bush, in the fire, is a woman. And she is the burning bush. We're talking about sexual burning. And this is why he got two testaments, coming from the word testes. This is a very ancient story that's coming down to us from many, many, many thousands of years ago. And most people do not know anything about it, never heard anything about it. And the priests, they're too busy messing with boys right now to tell you and explain to you where all of this stuff has come from. But it's been my decision to do it myself, since they won't tell you where it's all coming from. I'll tell you where it's coming from.
Wow.
The whole Bible is an astrological book. And it has a lot to say about astrology and the whole idea that there were 12 tribes of Israel. There was no ancient Israel. It never existed. Therefore, there was no ancient King David, King Solomon, no ancient kings ever existed. There was no ancient Israel ever. It never existed. That's why today we are confused, because we think we're in a New Testament. The New Testament came first. Christianity came first.
Right.
Then came the Old Testament.
Right.
And that's why today we wonder, we marvel at the fulfillment that Jesus supposedly fulfilled all the Old Testament prophets. The Old Testament prophesied, and Jesus came and fulfilled those prophecies. Well, how is that possible? He fulfilled all the prophecies unless the same people both wrote the Old and the New Testament. The same people wrote the same Old Testament to fulfill, and then wrote the New Testament as the fulfillment. So that's why we are in confusion, because we don't understand astrology, we don't understand religious history. The problem is we don't understand much of anything. We just do what we're told. We put the mask on when we go out because it looks good. It's not helping anything. It's just making you sicker.
Yeah.
Breathing your own breath. It's just an incredible story about lies and deception and how we've been deceived and misled.
That's
by
what government. That's all
government.
what governments do. That's their job.
That's their
but
job.
We are now 30 seconds from the break. So, Jordan, let's just hang loose for another break, and then we will be right back after that, talking with Jordan Maxwell. And we do want to get to some of the ancient texts, but we also have a question in the chat room. So let's go to the break now.
This is the Broadcast Team Alpha Show, hosted by Nori Love and Augie Nost. The one show that takes your doubts of the unknown and spins them into reality. Share your thoughts by calling our hotline number at 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230. Call now. Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio. More cutting-edge conversation and exploration of the quantum universe after this.
One of the planet's most powerful antioxidant products is here for you to enjoy. Chuga Mushroom Tea. This tea has been used as a potent natural health solution for thousands of years. In fact, the Chinese call it King of the Herbs. The health value alone is worth a look, as Chuga Mushroom Tea packs a punch with pure vitality and smooth energy. It's 100% wild-crafted, safe, and effective. Get it now at arcticchaga.com. That's ARCTICCHAGA.com. Or call 916-969-2678. That's 916-969-2678. Chuga Mushroom Tea. Chuga Mushroom Tea. Order your supply today.
Immerse yourself in an epic journey through time where ancient mysteries unfold within a story of love and betrayal, as well as a battle of good versus evil in The Emissary Book 1. The reader's favorite Gold Medal Award winner for Visionary Fiction 2019, the action and adventure of The Emissary continues in The Emerald Tablet, Book 2. The 2019's Bronze Medal Award winner, The Emissary and The Emerald Tablet by Tamara Veach and Rennie DeFazio are both available now on Amazon.com. Let your reading adventure begin.
Great. It's great. I think it's great.
The all-new KCOR Digital Radio Network.
Great.
Make a note of it.
It's great.
If ever a breed was affectionate to a fault, it's the Golden Retriever. They're people dogs, pure and simple. And the Golden Retriever Rescue of Southern Nevada needs your help. If you would like to volunteer, foster, adopt, or donate, go to the Golden Retriever Rescue of Southern Nevada's website at grrsn.org. That's grrsn.org. Or call 598-GOLD. That's 598-GOLD.
Looking for a radio show like no other?
We need something brand new.
Then tune into the KCOR Digital Radio Network, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and get ready for The Quantum Shift. A great shift of consciousness is sweeping across the Earth. Are you ready for the dimensional shift?
It is amazing, is it not?
The Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Hosted by Dr. Sam Muggsy and Kent Dunn. Be part of the fifth dimensional reality, where consciousness prevails and the universal law of one is the only true reality. The Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Live Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network.
Going live.
Come explore the quantum possibilities. This is Broadcast Team Alpha.
Broadcast Team Alpha.
To be on the show live, call 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230. Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio. Share your thoughts of the show on Twitter at KCOR Radio, #KCOR. Or join the cutting edge conversation live in our chat room at KCORradio.com. Now back to Broadcast Team Alpha with your free thinking hosts, Nori Love and Augie Nas.
Hey everybody, and true to form, I have to do a shout out to the chat room. So good to be back with you guys. A Dollar's Worth is here, and Celestial Stars is here, and Condor, and David. Hi, David. Iowa Girl. JC is here. Karen's here. Lisa's here. The amazing Tina Marie is here. I said Naj is here. Rootsley and Mark is here. The amazing Shady 2 is here. And Z is here. Thanks for being here, everybody. And I just want to invite you to connect with us on some of our other platforms. On Sunday, Augie and I have a mastermind session. We actually have two of them, one at 2 o'clock Eastern, one at 3 o'clock Eastern. And it's where we join thought energy for positive and agreed upon intentions. It's very much like a guided meditation, and it's an amazing group of people, phenomenal think tank of people. And if you would like to join us or just come check it out, all you have to do is send us an email to themastermindconnection@gmail.com. themastermindconnection@gmail.com. It's free, and we'd love to have you put your thought power together with everybody else's, for good intentions. We've done humanitarian intentions. Last week we kind of pulled it into home, where we chose a better timeline. for ourselves and our families. So we hope that you'll come join us. And of course, you can find some of our older programs, which are really funny and interesting, on broadcastteamalpha.com. So welcome back, Jordan and Augie.
Yeah,
Yay.
here we are. And
here we are.
Oh, hey, Jordan, before we get into the really, really good stuff here, there is a question in the chat room, and I think it is appropriate because you have studied history for one thing. You understand economic history, and we're seeing some things happening right now. Of course, the government is paying people basically. Well, they tried a little bit to stay home. But what about money? The question is from Shady 2. How much value will cash have? How about cryptocurrencies? Which is the safer route?
Cash, as a matter of fact, is based on your life. And therefore, your body is on the New York Stock Exchange. You're worth $6.5 million. 6 to 6.9 million. That's what you are worth right now. Your body is worth about $9 million on the New York Stock Exchange. And most people have never heard any of this. They don't know that your money is based on you. You are the collateral.
Right.
And therefore,
absolutely. Yeah. And actually, I can confirm that because in the original Social Security Act, there was a provision left in there that was what they had. The government had the ability to write a $1.5 million bond on the basis of your future earning capacity. That was in 1930s, and that's gone up since then.
It certainly has. It's gone way up. It's up to 9 million or 6.9 million. That's on my website. You can go on my website to Jordan Maxwell Show, SHOW. You have to put in show, JordanMaxwellShow.com, and go on my Jordan Maxwell Show website, and then you will see another website you can join, which is the Jordan Maxwell Research website. You have to join the research website. And when you do, then you go to interesting articles. And you will find on the last page, I'm not sure which page it is, maybe page 10, the last article that was put on my website, on the research website, talks about how our bodies are on the New York Stock Exchange, how much they're worth, how to find out how much your body is worth. And if you can understand all of this, it's all right there with all the links and all the words and terms. It's really an extraordinary story of financing in America and the American people. You really need to know what's going on, and you need to get my research website.
Yeah. So, Jordan, I'd like to switch gears for a minute, because
please do.
Yeah, because of what you mentioned to me before we came on the air, and I was a nurse for 26 years. I guess I'm still a nurse. It's still in my blood, but I'm not practicing in Western medicine. So, I've grown very fond of you over the couple of years that I've known you and had the opportunity to talk with you on the radio. And I can't help but notice, as a human being and as a nurse, that there is a mass exodus of people leaving the planet. There really is. And you mentioned to me that you're going to be leaving too in the not too distant future. And I'd like to talk about that with you. I mean, how do you know you're going, and do you know where you're going?
No, I do not know where I'm going, but wherever my parents went, that's where I'll be going.
Okay.
Wherever my dear brother went when he passed away, that's where I'm going. Okay. I don't know where I'm going. I have no idea in the world where I'm going. But I do know that I've lost my interest in being alive on this earth. I had
Right.
no pleasure in living my life on this earth at all. None.
Yes.
I take no pleasure in living. I take no pleasure in being here. I would like to be gone forever. I'd like to just leave and be gone forever.
Yeah, and
I don't.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, because you have to appreciate I've been doing this.
I
What
know.
I've been talking about for 60 years.
I know.
Yeah, going back to
Yeah.
1959, that's 59 years ago. So
Wow.
for 60 years, I've been talking to the world about what was coming, and I knew all of this stuff was coming.
Right.
If you go on my website, Jordan Maxwell Show, and join my research website for a small, tiny donation, one time, not monthly, just one time donation for a lifetime subscription to my research website, and then go to audio video.
Mm-hmm.
Go to audio video and you will see a bunch of audios. The very first audio you need to listen to is about 2.5 hours long, where the speaker back in 1966, many, many years ago, 1966, he talked about what was coming to America and what was going to happen to the United States of America, and who the people would be called, what they would be called. And he said, watch out, it's coming. And listen to this lecture that was done back in 1966, some 54 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's an incredible, incredible lecture that just blew me away when I first heard it back in 1966. It was the most startling thing I've ever heard in my life, where he talked about what was coming to America. And then when you listen to what he said and look at what's going on today, he was exactly right on precisely. He said this was going to happen and who was doing it. And he said the liberals call themselves Democrats. Democrats are called liberals, but what they actually are is the old Communist Party out of the Soviet Union, the old Communist Party. They're called liberal Democrats. That's why when you see mobs in the street, they're turning over cars and buses, busting windows and burning businesses out. We say it's a demonstration, coming from the word demos, meaning mob. In the ancient Greek word, demos means mob. Therefore, demonstration is a mob demonstrating. And that goes back to the word Democrats. Democrats are a mob, the communist revolution. And that's what you need to understand. Democrats are promoting the Communist Party and the Communist Revolution in America. That's where they get their word, Democrats.
Yeah.
And all of the communist countries that were founded have been always called, go back and look at it, as far back as 1900, all communist countries have always been called the People's Democratic Republic. We have the People's Democratic Republic of China, the People's Democratic Republic of Russia, the People's Democratic Republic of Cuba. It's the People's Democratic Republic of North Korea. It's always the People's Democratic Republic. Democratic is a code word for the Communist Party. You need to wake up and understand what's going on. The Communist Party is moving in on America and wants to destroy this country, because you can't have a new world order unless you destroy the old world order. The old world order is based on America feeding and financing everybody. That's the old world order. America was feeding and financing everybody on the earth. We send money to all countries of the world. We feed the countries of the world with our food. So our food and our money keeps the world going. Without America, the world is going to collapse. We The Americans are feeding and financing the whole damn world. And the Communist Party knows it. They want to destroy the United States. Stay home to work. Put your mask on and keep your mouth shut and play dumb and act like a fool.
Play
be
dead.
A useful idiot to the World Communist Party. That's what we are now. That's who we are, and that's what we are now.
When we go ahead, Nori.
I was just going to go back to Shady's question. When all of this changes and things are changing fast every day, do you think cash is going to crash and cryptocurrency is going to take its place, or do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, cryptocurrency. I believe cryptocurrency is going to take the place of money on the earth, period. That's what I believe. I think that cryptocurrency, what was some of the names of the cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Do you remember some of the names of cryptocurrency?
I don't remember it, but I'm sure people in the chat room will probably be able. Oh, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one.
Bitcoin was one. Bitcoin. That's the one I was trying to think of. When you get 80 years old, and as old as I am now, you start to forget things, right? Very easy that you should know, but you forget.
Right.
Bitcoin, I believe, is going to go through the roof.
Wow.
I think it's going to go through the roof very soon. Why? Simple. Because I think the whole entire world is going digital. All television, all TV on the earth is digital.
Wow.
All communications, radio, all communications is digital. As a matter of fact, all banking on the earth is digital. So I think that digital is the wave of the future. That's what's coming. And therefore, when this mess that we're living in now is finally over, it's not going to be over for a year and a half after this October. Take another year and a half to blow over all this lies and deception of government, that we are dying by the millions, just laying in the streets. We're just dying by the millions of people in America are just dying, even though the hospitals are empty. It's a big lie. It's all deception. As far as I'm concerned, the whole thing is a deception.
Yeah.
And that's why we're told to wear your mask and stay home and stay stupid and don't go out and work and don't earn a living and don't pay your bills, and hopefully one day your country will collapse. And when it does, thank God, America is gone. Now the World Communist Party can take over the whole earth. This is what they've been talking about, War of the Worlds. Steven Spielberg has been making movies called War of the Worlds. He said they're not coming, they're here already. They're already here. So your masters are not on their way here. They're not coming here. They're already here. They're running the whole planet, and you just go along with them and do whatever they tell you to do, and you'll be gone soon.
Yeah. In fact, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, I think you're exactly right, because I know also the U.S. Treasury has been working on a U.S. cryptocurrency. And not too many people know about this, but I know it. I got it from a solid source in Washington. And yes, that is coming. So that's why I think everybody out there listening to this, start looking into some of those cryptocurrencies. And there are some really ones that is on the way up now. Many of the smaller ones that you can get into for next to nothing, just about, they are going to be big. And you're going to have a whole bunch of them. Let's say 5 years from now, you're probably going to have about 20 different kinds of them, and they're going to be very big, because most of the economy of the country will be buried in cryptocurrency. And you know, there are trillions of dollars as of today's value of value that can be converted to cryptocurrencies if they do a one-to-one exchange, but we don't know how that will come out.
I think it's going to start in October of this year. The whole entire globe is going to feel the brunt end of a heel on the face of humanity, a shoe or a boot on the face of humanity in October. We're going to feel a horrible, terrible collapse of human civilization on the earth. And when it happens, a year and a half from then, things will begin to get back to normal. But what will be getting back to normal is that the whole entire earth will be digital. And your credit cards will be digital, your bank account will be digital, all of your money will be digital, everything in the world will be digital. And therefore, if you get out of line and you don't like what's going on and you get out of line, then they will just take your digital number that you have assigned to you and erase it, delete it from the computer, and now you cannot do anything. You cannot buy or sell. You can't buy or sell or buy food. You can't do anything, go anywhere, or accomplish nothing because you are digital. And they took you out of the digital system so you don't even exist on the earth. That's what's coming.
Well, let's return to the concept then of what it talks about in the old text, the mark of the beast. That is that digital creation, isn't it?
That's right. That's what it is. It's a digital creation. And boy, we're going to feel it soon.
Well,
everything is going digital. Everything is going digital now, but the people are sound asleep. They're just out wandering around, bumping into each other, wearing their masks, and they have no idea in the world what's going on. None.
Well, we kind of think it is nifty because we keep running around with our cell phones, and it's all digital, and we're talking to our friends, and we're falling asleep. But the thing about it is, while we are doing that, we are also educating ourselves. So I totally refuse to give it 100% thumbs down. I am not going that route. There is there's an old saying: as long as there's hope. No. Well, yeah, there's something like...
as long as there's life, there's hope?
There you go. And no, there is more than one timeline going into the future. And some of those timelines were creating a while back. And I totally refuse to give it 100% thumbs down. I'm gonna see there is a possibility that we can wake up to the point. We don't need the whole country to wake up. All we need is a few people. Remember, there were only 3% of the people back in 1776 that told the British to go pound sand.
That's exactly 3%. Right.
Yeah,
2.5% of the people stood up against the Romans, stood up against the British Empire.
They made the difference. And I think we got more than 3% of the people right now that has woken up to the fact that the governments of the world are full of bovine excrements. I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I can here.
Yep.
So exactly I think we got a chance, Jordan. Let's just stay with that because I totally refuse to give in to it. I am not going down that road.
Yep,
I'm too stubborn.
I understand why, and I understand what you're saying. I'm saying that most of the cows are going to the slaughter factory, going of their own volition. They're doing it because they want to. And therefore, that's why I'm saying that we are useful idiots. We do what we're told. We put the mask on. We do what we're told. And we go where we're told to go, and they tell us to stay home and wear your mask and stay home. We'll do whatever they tell us to do. We never check to see who's telling us what. And why are they telling us that we can't go out? Why are they telling Americans they can't go to work and to stay home and wear a mask and shut your mouth and keep your mouth shut? Why are they telling Americans this? Is because we will do whatever we're told to do. We Americans have been taught by Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck
Right, so we have about 3 minutes until the end of the show. And I just, since Augie got on his soapbox, I'm just going to say, I love you, Jordan. I absolutely adore you. And, maybe I'm stupid and I'll take that, but I choose to believe that there is hope as well, and I choose to lean into my faith.
Well, that would be wonderful, and I hope there is.
Yeah.
It's just that I've been looking at this for 60 years.
I know.
Most people I talk to have not even made themselves aware for 60 seconds, much less 60 years.
Yeah. Well,
I talk to don't even know 60 minutes.
Well, I just want to take this 2 minutes before we close, Jordan, to just celebrate you. I so celebrate you. You were a trailblazer. You met with extreme adversity and you still came out shining, and everybody loves you. Everybody wants to hear from you, and I love you, and we are celebrating you. And if you
thank you very much, sweetheart.
If you choose to leave, I hope you'll communicate with us from the other side.
Well, thank you very much, Jordan, sweetheart. You're a dear sweetheart, and I thank you for your words.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And Jordan, one more thing I want to say. Look at your footprint that you have created of knowledge. It's phenomenal. But if you do decide to leave, come back and visit, would you?
Absolutely.
I would love to.
Right.
I'd love to. If I can, I would love to.
All right, that's a date. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, Jordan. Right. Thank you.
Remember my website, jordanmaxwellshow.com.
jordanmaxwellshow.com. Thanks, everybody.
Enjoy my research.
Information.
Yeah,
you really want to wake up, go to my research and join my research website, Jordan Maxwell Research website. It's right on my home page. You can't miss it.
We got it. Thank you, Jordan. So much love to you. So much love, everybody.
You've been listening to Broadcast Team Alpha.
Broadcast Team Alpha.
Hosted by Nori Love and Augie Nost. Every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. The balance of power is shifting to a new paradigm. Will you be ready? For more information on Broadcast Team Alpha, as well as the hosts, Nori Love and Augie Nost, please visit their website at broadcastteamalpha.com. Until next week, remember to keep those minds open while always exploring the endless quantum possibilities.
Broadcast Team Alpha. Over and out.
This is KCOR Las Vegas, home of the Digital Radio Network, broadcasting from a shack just south of Area 51.
Wait, that doesn't exist.
This is the KCOR Digital Radio Network. Now for the news.